What's going on, everybody? It is Nexuscomplex, and this is the breakdown of the draft for the New York Nidoking in the Reasonable Pokemon League Season 2. So, we had the 6th overall pick. 6th overall pick, there were already some pretty good Pokemon off the board. The ones that come to mind are Clefable and Darmanitan Galar. All the top 5 deserve to go in the top 5, and that's the cool thing about Pokemon is like a lot of those top tier Pokemon you can easily put a team around them, and it's going to function well. So with the 6th overall pick, I decided to go with Corviknight. Corviknight's got a really good typing in Steel Flying that was made super popular in the meta by Skarmory. That being said, Corviknight has better stats overall, except he's not as good in defense and he's slightly slower, but he's better in every other statistical category. Not that special attack's really going to matter with those two, but still. They play different. Skarmory is more of a stall, set up hazards, wear you down over time. Whereas Corviknight is more of a setup Pokemon, just straight up attack, maybe defensive prowess. He'll do some bulk ups, maybe an agility. He's more of a booster, but he can function without those things. I really like what Corviknight can bring to a team, and starting out with the core. And obviously, everyone knows it's a super popular set, but Corviknight's defense with Body Press, Body Press was a great addition. I can't wait until they add some of the other Pokemon in the DLC to see who gets Body Press and what kind of crazy shenanigans we'll be able to get up to. So then, second round, we are trying to complete that Steel Fairy Dragon Core, like I said. I was targeting down Sylveon. I really wanted Sylveon. Clefable was already gone. So Sylveon would have given me a nice little bulk, but Sylveon also boasts really good special attack, pretty versatile, wish support. But we don't get Sylveon taking the pick before me, so we get Hydreigon, which still super happy with. Hydreigon is a really awesome Pokemon. You pretty much know what Hydreigon wants to do. It's a wall breaker. I mean, it can be defensive, but predominantly, Hydreigon breaks down defensive pokes. So, we get our second piece of the Steel Dragon Fairy Core. Like I said, I would have preferred, Sylveon here, just because there's a lot of good attacking dragons still on the board. But at this point, with Sylveon gone and Clefable gone, the main fairies I was targeting were gone, so we're really happy with Hydreigon here, and that gets us somebody to really balance out Corviknight. Speaking of that, in the third round, we pick up Seismitoad. Seismitoad pairs extremely well with Corviknight. Seismitoad resists fire. He is immune to electric, two of Corviknight's weaknesses. He is pretty bulky. He's got decent attack stats in both categories, both special and physical. Stealth Rocks, Toxic, and a whole bunch of other shenanigans you can get up to with Seismitoad. I also prefer Seismitoad over Gastrodon in singles, so I take Seismitoad here. The fairies that are still on the board aren't really what I'm looking for at this point. There's one I'm targeting, but I believe that they will be around in the 4th round. So at this point, I take Seismitoad, and I'm feeling pretty happy with the first 3 picks of the team so far. Then we get to the 4th round, and I'm really wanting to add a fairy. The fairies are getting scarce here. I think the 2 that I was looking at this point were Gardevoir and Alcremie. I decided to go with Gardevoir here due to move versatility, and the fact that Alcremie I've had in another draft league, and it was my Gmax. Alcremie's fine, but without the Gmax, Alcremie's kind of mediocre at best. Whereas Gardevoir has the attack, middling speed for the meta, but the versatility of the attacks I like, and the fact that his fairy completes that core, and I'm happy with the core with Corviknight, Hydreigon, and Gardevoir. So at this point, I feel like the team's looking pretty good. We definitely need some bulk on the team, though. So that will get into the 5th pick. With the fifth round pick, we pick up Delmais. You add Delmais to the team. I like Delmais because it blocks rapid spinners. It also counters a good amount of the rapid spinners. And it gets that 3rd stab with the Steelworker ability. So now we've added a Ghost Grass and essentially a Steel stab without the weaknesses to Steel. So it's really cool. And Delmais is a really cool Pokemon. I really like it. So I was really happy to have Delmais here. I think it fits into the team really well. Adds another physical attacker. Also some versatility, can do Synthesis. You know, Anchor Shot's always good, but it also gets some other good moves that I've been looking at. So really like adding Delmais here. With our 6th pick, I was kind of torn here. I had a little bit of buyer's remorse after I made the pick. So I go with Hitmonlee in my 6th pick. And I was really upset at myself because Salazzle was on the board. And I was not thinking about how great Salazzle fit into the team with the poison fire typing. I just wanted a fighting type to kind of counter like Darmanitan Galar and some of the other bulky steel types that are in the metagame. So I chose Hitmonlee, which I was fine with. It adds me a 2nd good rapid spinner. So now I've got 2 entry clears that are potentially that could come. So I'm not just limited to just 1 or a lower tier rapid spinner. So I like what they both bring to the team. And I mean, Hitmonlee is just, I'm sure people have seen some of the crazy sets and some of the things that Hitmonlee has done online. So I'm happy with the Hitmonlee pick. Had a little bit of buyer's remorse in Salazzle after the pick, but I got super lucky, and Salazzle winds up coming back to me. So Salazzle gets picked up with the 7th pick. So I had the Poison Fire type. It's got good speed in this meta. It's got good special attack. It is kind of a glass cannon, but with the right setups, it doesn't have to be a glass cannon. So it adds some versatility, and I mean, Flamethrower, Sludge Bomb, and its ability in Corrosion, which it can poison steel types, really adds a new caveat to what I can do when I play against people like opponents that have Ferrothorn or Steelix or some of the other steel types out there. It also counters Clefable and the fairies really well because it's faster than most of the fairy types in the meta. So I like what Salazzle adds to the team, and I'm really liking the design of my team so far. I mean, I feel like in any draft league that's going to happen. So the 8th pick, I make the first pick that I really had regrets about. I was looking at the tiers and who was available in the remaining tiers that I could pick from, and I chose Machamp. After I started thinking about it, I really didn't need Machamp, like, at all. He's kind of slow. Guts is nice, but he's no Conkeldurr. He just doesn't have the versatility of Conkeldurr, which is why Conkeldurr is considered like an S tier and is an OU, why Machamp's in UU. He's still got some good abilities and good attacks, but I just don't think he slots into the team well. And I winded up switching him out for Xatu, which Xatu gets like Magic Bounce, Flying type, Psychic. It's got good special attack. It gets access to Wish. So I wind up drafting Machamp originally, but we switched to Xatu. So we'll go with Xatu here at the pick. And Xatu's got speed to do something with the Wish support. But that being said, it doesn't have to be exclusively a tank Wish support Pokemon. So I like what Xatu, the versatility Xatu brings to the team. So we get to the 9th pick for the team. And we're going to go with the old dragon Pokemon, Drampa. Drampa has a really high special attack, pretty good stats overall, just terrible speed. Terrible speed. But he is a really good potential Trick Room counter. So if anyone decides to set up Trick Room or deal with speed control or anything like that, Drampa's already slow as hell. So it doesn't really matter to him. Especially, like I said, his special attack's really good. He's got really good move pool. Also, the normal typing helps counteract against ghost attacks. So he's got that ghost immunity, which is nice. It adds another immunity to the team, another potential switch in that other coaches would have to think about if they got a ghost type on their team. So go ahead and add Drampa. Really like Drampa at the pick that we got him. And last but not least, I was just trying to do the most bang for my buck pick here. We had just, I think, one more C tier left was what I had. So I go with Barbaracle. Barbaracle's got a really high really high physical attack. Speed is so-so, but he's got more move pool versatility than Machamp, so I like it there. He also has access to Shell Smash, so he's almost like he can kind of play like Cloyster with the Shell Smash, but he doesn't have Skill Link, so he doesn't play exactly the same. But a Shell Smash with a Shell Smash Barbaracle does pose a lot of threats to other coaches because of the potential damage it can do, and it gets enough type coverage that it's scary in the right situation. So Barbaracle is our last team member. I like the overall construction of this team. A lot of the Pokemon on this team I have not used competitively before, so I'm actually really excited by that too, because if any of you that are watching this have ever played Nuzlocke or played in a league where you had to take these Pokemon and design sets to try to win games for them, you have a deeper appreciation of each Pokemon. Anybody can go into OU and grab, the OU Mons and go into Smogon or Reddit and grab a set and just go on there and win some games if you know what you're doing. But I really enjoy taking the Pokemon that aren't really thought of all the time, like the Zatus and stuff like that, and trying to throw them on this team and make them viable. So that's what I really like about Draft Leagues. I'm really excited about Season 2. Week 1, we're playing Lemon Boy and Nico. Lemon Boy was in last season. Good player. Have not played against Nico before. Both their teams look scary. Starting to prep. But we'll see how the season goes. I'm optimistic. Hopefully the New York Nido Kings can be one of the better teams in the league this season. But at the end of the day, it's all about having fun, and that's what I'm going to concentrate on. So that is all for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed the videos that come out this season, recapping the games and my analysis. I am by no means a competitive guru, but I'm learning, and that's the fun part, right? So until next time, guys, I will catch you all later. This is Nexuscomplex, out.